Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Welcome to my channel, everybody. So I am currently working on my October 2024 Monday series. This is video number 4, which means it is a fun fold. Welcome everybody. I'm going to clear my throat, of course, as soon as I get on camera, right? So for the month of October, I am concentrating on, not Feathered Flight, we're just going to be using New Day, New Adventure from this set. In the Grove and Grassy Grove. And Grassy Grove needs to really make an appearance, like really soon. But I accidentally put it in my Aunt Carol's bag and it's at her house, so it'll appear here in the next couple of days, just not at the present moment. So this is Grassy Grove. I do have the dies. I just didn't have the stamp set. Oh, so funny. So while I was sitting here doing some videos because my paper pumpkin arrived and I'm like, oh, I need to finish. Sorry, I need to finish what I've started. So I feel like I can just work solely on my paper pumpkin. That's kind of how I do things. So I am going to bring in Feathered Flight. Now this Feathered Flight is an online exclusive. We're going to be using New Day, New Adventure. As this is the 4th Monday of the month, we are going to be doing a fun fold. We are going to be doing my box card, which I actually have a sample, a couple I can show you. So here's one from last year Christmas time. Oh, and this is one using more of a shadow box look from a few years back. So this is my box fold. It folds down flat. It does fit in a standard envelope. Mr. Hank is home sick. No football practice tonight. That means I can do this video because, well, he stayed home from school. He wasn't feeling well this morning. As the day's gone on, he's been really congested. He's been coughing, and I went in to check on him, and his face was like beet red. And I'm like, Hank, come here, let me feel you. And he's definitely running a temperature. I'm like, are you okay? He's like, Manji, I feel really, really cold. He's like, but when you touch my body, I'm really, really hot. He's like, but I'm really, really cold. And I'm like, okay, no practice for you. We don't need to give whatever you got going on to any other child. So let's get started. And let me open my little notebook here for what I have down. So for this box fold, you will need a piece of cardstock that is 4 1/4 by 11 inches long, and you are going to score it at 2.5, at 5, at 7.5, and at 10. That leaves you this 1 inch mark, which is what's going to come around, and that you could make it smaller, but I just leave the whole 1 inch there. That's going to be what you're going to glue it to the back for, and that's what's going to give it this little bit. Like I said, you could cut it and make it 1/2 inch, but I'm just leaving it. So my layers then. So for layer number 1, which is the layer closest to the card base, you're going to need 4 of them, and these are Kraft, and they are 2 1/4 by 4. My next layer, this is a little different than number. These are 2 1/8 by 3 7/8. It gives it a tiny, tiny, tiny border. Let me show you. And I could not glue these down prior to it because we're going to do stamping, and we're going to be laying them down and stamping on them so that when it goes around the box, the image continues. So that's why I couldn't do it early, and I couldn't do that much prep work. So we have 4 of those. Now, pardon me. I do have a white envelope, so I did do some prep work. I have 3 trees. Oh my goodness, my throat. This is nothing like Hank's cough. Hank's cough, you can hear it's very congested. Mine is just irritation. 3 of the trees that are stamped and die cut. I have the cat that is stamped and die cut. I have the bunny and the little squirrel, and these are just in some scrap from the Kraft in, of course, my envelope. Now, my colors of choice for this project are going to be Pebbled Path for the mountains. That's because that's the color of our card base. Pardon me. Boho blue. We're going to do a little blending in our sky. I'm not sure anything else, but that's going to be a boho blue. And then our trees and our grass area, which is this stamp, is going to be an old olive. I didn't want a winter theme. I wanted more of a spring, summertime theme for this card. And I wish right now I had something to drink in this room, and I really don't. So we're just going to roll with it. My cough is here to stay, guys. It's never going to leave me, I think. Sometime in November, I go see a new doctor for it. It's just one of those things. So, like I said, so we're going to pretend we score. Let me show you. We'll bring out the trimmer. And we don't want that gray blade, the dark one. We want the lighter of the blade because this is the cutting blade. So right here is 2.5. Score 1, 2, and 3. Scooch it on down to 5. 1, 2, and 3. Scooch it on down to 7.5. 1, 2, and 3. And then down to 10. And 1, 2, and 3. And that gives us our scores. And we just took it. And I like to fold things up, and away from me. So there, and there. And last time, so like I said, it's going to go like this. Here you can see where I on a scrap the cat, the bunny, and the squirrel. And I do mean scrap. So there's my trees. So let's get our scenery. So for the back piece, we only need the 3. For the back, the 4th piece, this is where we're going to stamp New Day, New Adventure. And that we are going to stamp in Pebbled Path. So let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. So that's for our 4th panel, the one for the back. I'm going to leave that open, just set it aside. Now here, I'm going to push all my little panels together. I have a little bit of washi tape. I'm going to connect them down at the bottom here, making one large piece. This is just a piece of washi tape I used to die cut everything out with. Okay, so you can see our mountains. So we're gonna stamp our mountains kind of up high. I kind of think I want, do I want a sun in there? I'm not sure. But I could. But we're going to stamp them like this and then fill in the sides as so. So, Pebbled Path, come back because you are our mountains. So we're going to ink this up. I'm going to turn it upside down so I can see how far up I am going. I do think I want a sun. So I'm going to split these 2 peaks of the mountain range. That's where I'm going to split it. Okay, there we go. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, this stamp is so pretty. So I know I need about at least half of it to fill in. I need some more scratch paper here. And I have some. Okay, I just want to connect my mountain range right there. And then I'm going to ink it up and connect it like right there. Let's put this on this side. This is going to overlap a little. There we go. So there's our mountain range, and it's kind of sloping, but mountain ranges do, right? They do. Next is my boho blue. So I think I do want a sun, like right here, a little tiny circle. So that means I need a yellow, and my go-to would have been So Saffron for a yellow, but that is retired, and though I don't mind, I would have to get into the retired drawer of ink pads. So we're going to go with Daffodil Delight, and I need something to make me a little stencil. Wrong sponge daubers. I need a Daffodil Delight sponge dauber. So we need this will work. Okay. So hopefully I can see where I want my sun. Like right here. Ink that up, and then I'm just gonna, I could have made it like it was a sunrise, but I want it coming up high. It can either be almost noon. That's really good. I want it a little darker. Remember, you can add ink, but it's so difficult. It's almost impossible to remove it. You just start again. Let's see. That looks so good. So I will need something to cover that up, which will be my little, this will cover it up when I blend around it in the boho blue. So I have my blue blending brush. A lot of people swirl it. Sometimes I tap it. It just depends. But I know, see that? And that's from, I want to make sure I take off a whole lot of that. I just want to add a bit of a blue sky here. I'm going to pick up some more. Rub it off. Carefully maneuver around my finger. Pushing a little harder on the ink. I can tell I needed some more ink right about there on the brush to get closer to where I am blending around my sun. You can move that off. Alrighty, so there's our sky, our sun. Like I said, this is meant to be summertime. It's not meant to be wintry or anything like that. You guys saw my old olive. There it is. I'm like, I know I had old olive out here. So we need to keep this together. I want to tear a little bit of paper. Let's see if I try to tear it a little less jaggedy. I don't really want to get old olive on my mountain range here. But that's going to look really good. Okay, that's for the next step. So right now we're going to ink up our grass. This is the old cloth pad, so I can do the stamp and twist. I feel like I'm seeing lines on my stamp pad, and I am, and I don't like it. My ink pad. I don't know why it's doing that. We might just have to stamp off. There was a line here. It's not really showing up now, but it was showing up on the block. All right, so I think we're going to move our little washi tapes up top now. And I'm going to try to get close to my mountains. Ooh, that came out really close. And I need, see this right here? Could really use this piece. As a mask. So I'm just tearing right around the edge of it. You don't have to get like super precise here, right? But I could really use this as a mask right now, and that works really, really well. Right like that. So now I can lay that right there. See? See, it works. Yes, this one needs to get torn a little closer to the green edge. Right there. I'm inking the whole thing up, though I know it's only going to do part of it. All right. Oh, that came out so good. Now we just have to continue on the way down. So I want to stamp now, like right here, because I don't want to stamp it perfectly. Then I'm going to take my little tiny green blender brush, and I am going to blend in that bit. And I'm doing it before the ink really like has time to dry. So now we're going to move over here. And it's this side of the stamp. Those little streaks on my, maybe it's because I over inked my stamp pad. All right, so we have this in place. ink up my little blending brush, and I'm going to blend into my washi tape did not hold. We're making our own panoramic view here, and we have one stamp, and we're just going to keep stamping it over and over here. Now I've got to find out where I want to start it this time. So I'm thinking like right here. See where there's that dip right here? And this is the highest point of the stamp. So that's where I'm kind of looking to line, if you even want to call it lining it up. That's about where I'm going. Yeah, we will do one more down at the bottom. We want to keep this nice grassy theme alive. So there's my mask. So we need to fill this little space in. I mean, I guess you don't have to, but I kind of want to. So I'm going to stamp there. And then I'm just going to go ahead and stamp right there. Oh, that came out so nice. Looking for ink on me, so that's what I'm looking for. If you're wondering, what is she looking for? I'm looking for the inks that's bound to be on me. So there's our 3 panels. And let's find, I'm moving some stamp stuff. So here's my card base. I'm thinking we need, that's got to go. Besides thinking of that, I'm thinking maybe we need to do a little grass down here in this bit, maybe? What do y'all think? Think we need just a little bit? I think so. I think so. Alrighty. We could also take the blue and add a little bit of sky to the top. Really cute. Okay. I'm still checking my fingers. Let's glue all of our 1, 2, 3. Is this my 4th panel? Yes. Let's glue all of our panels down now. And then we will get them. Do you guys hear my snoring dog? She's just having a good old time down there. There's one. Trying to keep them in line. I mean, I don't think this was very difficult at all. Very picturesque scene here we created with the stamp set. I wonder if we're even going to use the pine trees. I thought those would be just an added little bit to look at. but it's so pretty. Dot dots or squiggles, squiggles. Then we will put them in their correct location. This one does need to scoot over. It doesn't want to cooperate. And that little border of Kraft, I think, makes a huge difference on this card. So pretty. All right. So you got to decide which side this piece is going to be on for your back. I personally like to have it to the left. So that's where that is going to be. So that tells me that this piece on the right is going to be my back panel. So if the tab, the 1-inch tab, that's going to get glued to the back is to your left like mine is. That means your back panel with the message is going to be to the right. That just moved my card. So let's try not to do that. So there's my back panel piece. Now it's just about putting them in their right orientation. And look at that. Oh. Absolutely love it. Just love it. Guys, I wouldn't have been able to make this card without Lori, who bought and sent me this stamp set. So thank you. Because look at how gorgeous this is. That is so cool. I'm thinking, well, Lori has a child who is also in environmental sciences, like my daughter. Yes, my daughter's a dog groomer, but she has a degree in environmental sciences. COVID hit and she had 3 different jobs and she lost them all. So she had to go find something she could look. I almost don't want to like fold it because I enjoy looking at that scene. Just so pretty. So here we go. Now I will tell you, sometimes you will have to just lay it out and then fold it because you want to make sure it goes both ways. I can tell that, you see, this is going to be off for some reason. That is off just ever so much. So I am going to not put it together the normal way I put it together. I am going to bring it like this and bring it together here. Then I'm going to pinch it. And I am going to recrease it down here. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Perfectly flat card. Perfectly flat. And I can just leave that, I guess. Or I can trim it off because that didn't work either. So let's just do this. You're bugging me. You didn't crease it the way I wanted it to go. It folds perfectly flat. So where's my pieces? My envelope pieces. It's always something with me, isn't it? There's always something amiss. Oh, they're sitting right there in the front. All right, so we have, oh, he's so cute. See, I thought it would go, everything would be to the right. But this guy really needs to be like sticking out behind. And we definitely, okay, on all of these, because see, I really wanted them like that. And then this one here, yes, but we need to blend on these. So they're not like out in space. So we're going to have to do some blending. I'm just inking up that little tiny brush. And I want to bring, because otherwise that white just sticks out like a sore thumb. Much better. So all three of them, I'm just tapping it in the ink. So my daughter bought Hank the movie, the purple crayon. It was on like Fandango, whatever. So we don't have to go to the movies. And I think because he's sick, I think I'm going to go in there and I'll go on the sofa. And I'll probably come down with whatever he's got, right? Give me a day or two. I'm sure it'll happen. But I will go watch that movie with him. He'll probably fall promptly to sleep. Now, with this card, I'm not sure if I'm going to do dimensionals. Oh, but it really could look good. All right. All right. You talked me into it, right? I'm looking for this piece here that already had these started. Oh. So we're going to put this one right here. And we are going to put our little cat like right there and then one on the cat. So, and all I did is I stamped him in Versamark on Kraft because I wanted him to be subtle. I didn't want him to like sneak out and bite anybody. So I thought that was a good choice. I might even bring it down a little farther than the scene. No, I'm not. Okay, so there's one. On this one, this is going to come this way. And I might just set my little squirrel just because he's cute at the bottom of the tree. And do I want to pop these up on dimensionals? The answer is no. Because when I go put this to the mail, it's going to be extra dimensional. So, oh, but we could. I have little strips. Let's just add a little bit, right? So we're going to add a little bit, not a lot. You guys have seen me do this tons of time. It's the tiniest a bit. I'm not going to go any more than one little layer. Do I want to put him like he's crawling up the tree? No, we're just going to put him right there. He's going to look for pine nuts. All right. Yeah, it's got to have a story. Now on this side, yes, the bunny is going to go right in front of the tree. Gotta remember, this folds in on top of itself. So if I put dimensionals on all of these panels, it's going to be very, very thick card. So that's why. The front, yes. The sides, no go. And my little bunny is just there. I'm trying to move those out of the way. Now we're going to work on our envelope. Oh, isn't that just... I mean, you could put more on it, but New Day, New Adventure seems to say everything. And I do like the trees in the foreground. It makes it look like we're looking way back onto a meadow, back into, oh, it's so, oh, I'm in love with it. I am. I love it. Yes, 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 I do. Okay. So on to our envelope, which we don't need the glue anymore. Do we stamp the meadow, the trees? I'm not sure. Okay, we're going to do the mountains for the back. So I need the pebbled path. And remember I said I stuck the stamp set way, way away from me? Well, I stuck it so far away from me now I can't find it. No, I'm moving ink pads now. We could do trees. I just don't know where the mountain is. I think we're going to stamp Thinking of You. Thinking of You. I still am thinking about where I might have like stashed the mountain. There's my book. There's that. And it's not under that. I thought it's not over. Oh, I see it. I see it. Okay, this is going to be for the back. And I just want the big mountains. And I want that to be right there. Yes. I wonder. Yes, that looks so good. All right. Then we will do the trees. In Old Olive. And then Thinking of You in Pebbled Path. I think that goes really, really well. Ooh. So I love that scene. I want to I wish I could squish it all the way. I'll have to do a long skinny card and do the mountains on it. Yes. And somehow I'll have to bring in Grassy Grove. Saturday series. Look for that because that is, I'm going to have to be writing this down so I know. So here we have our panoramic view of the mountains with just a touch of blending Sponge Dauber and Daffodil Delight to make our sun for our sunny meadow. And we just have the little bunny, the fox, the bobcat, whichever he's supposed to be, and our little squirrel there. New Day, New Adventure, Thinking of You, and watch this, guys. This will go hop. Oops, let's get the cat all the way in there. But that does fit completely in the card. I think this is fabulous. So thanks for watching, everybody. I really hope that if you enjoy watching my videos, that you would subscribe, that you would consider subscribing, as it really does help me out and I would greatly appreciate it. But I'm going to be honest with you. It is the comments that I get on my videos. That is why I'm still doing them. The comments, the feedback, the friendships I have made have been the most rewarding thing I've ever had. I look forward to each and every day coming out here. There were several days where I wasn't able to come out here, and I missed that so much, coming out here and creating. for this channel. So thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you for watching, for the thumbs up, for liking, for sharing. But I say it all the time, and I want to say it all the time because I want you to know how heartfelt it is for me to tell you that I appreciate the time it takes to watch a video and the time it takes for you to make those comments. So thank you all so very much, and I invite you to come back and visit me in my wonderland. Bye bye for now, everybody.